Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been about 3 weeks or so since I posted a video, and I'll get into that in just a minute, but I just wanted to say hi. My name is Karina if you're new here, and I'm also known as the Artistic Newfie. I'm here on YouTube, I'm on Instagram, and I'm on Threads as well. I am on Patreon. I'll get to that in a little bit, but you can find all my links down in the description in the video below if you want to check out the other platforms, other social media that I'm on. I do post quite frequently on Instagram in like my stories. I don't tend to post in the grid anymore because people don't see it, so it's mostly stories over on Instagram. But pop over, give me a follow if you'd like. Thanks for all the new subscribers here on YouTube. There's a lot of new faces, a lot of numbers added to the subscribers list, which I'll also get into in just a little bit. So I just wanted to say hi if you're new, welcome, and hi if you've been following me around for ages now. And I hope everyone had a great Christmas and a very happy new year. Hey guys, editing me here. This video is very long-winded, so if you're only wanting to see what I've made, the fun new projects that I have going on for this year, and my goals and all that stuff, there's a timestamp down below and you can check that out. But I would appreciate it if you stayed until the end of the video. Yeah, so continue watching. Before Christmas, I was supposed to put up another video showing you guys my last week going up into Christmas, the new products that I had made that week and what have you. So the 16th of December, late in the night, I started getting the chills and my throat started to get scratchy. And if you recall, in the video prior to that, prior to this one, I had mentioned that I was kind of feeling off that week, and I wasn't sure if I was just coming down with a cold. It wasn't cold. I had the dreaded C word, which I can't say here on YouTube if I don't want to get a strike or blocked or whatever they do when you talk about things that you're not supposed to. And so I was sick right from the 16th of December, almost to the end of the week. By Thursday, I was feeling pretty okay. And then we ended up going Christmas shopping after that, and then it was Christmas in a couple of days. So there wasn't really any time for me to record a video for that week, so that's why there wasn't. And I really wanted to put out a video to wish you guys Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and I didn't even do that, and you would not have wanted to see me because I looked so dreadful when I was sick. And I pretty much spent a couple of days sitting on the couch and moaning and crying because my body aches so bad, and it was awful. That was one of the bad things that happened in 2023, I'm going to say. So with that being said, this video, if you haven't noticed, the title is, I'm trying to do a recap of the good things and the bad things that happened in 2003, kind of give like a clue up of the year and some of the goals that I have for 2024. So we're just going to get right into that. And yeah, so a lot of things happened in 2023 that I can't really talk about. But I'm sure if you followed along for a while, you would have noticed some of the comments that I was making in some of my other videos, saying that I was working a seasonal job, and things kind of progressed really quickly with me getting let go from work. I wasn't fired. The people that run the place that I work were kind of not liking how things were going over the summer. Made the decision to shut down 2 weeks early, which kind of in turn had like a really bad domino effect on how things would play out for me. I had to do things that weren't beneficial for me in the long run, but helped in the immediate time to be able to have finances, to be able to support my family while I'm looking for work. And so because of that, going into 2024, usually I don't go back to work until June, but now because of everything that happened last year, I may have to be working a full-time job. Not may, I have to be working a full-time job by at least mid-March or April, and which in turn makes things a little bit different here on the channel and with my side hustle, so to speak, because I'm not going to have as much time to do the things that I want to do that I would normally do to be able to, you know, keep this going. So that's one of the bad things that happened in 2023 that's going to affect how things are moving along for me in 2024. But with that being said, I am trying to make some goals for myself for 2024, and I really want to keep this going, the YouTube videos and all that stuff. So I'm going to try my hardest, but I know working a full-time job and doing this on the side might get a bit difficult. We're going to see how it goes, because I really don't want to give it up. A couple of other things that kind of were, I don't know, kind of hit and miss in 2023 was that Etsy sales were pretty well non-existent. I made a couple, so I'm kind of up in the arms about Etsy, and I still owe them fees right now for the month of January because I haven't made a sale. It's also somewhat to do with myself as well. My foot is so itchy. It has to do with myself as well, because I haven't been updating Etsy like I should be. And not everybody wants stickers, and that's pretty much what I have on there, and things need to change with that. Those are the couple of bad things that happened in 2023, but some of the good things that happened, I just wanted to get the bad stuff out of the way first. But some of the good things that happened was, because I did get laid off from my seasonal job a little bit early, it allowed me to put more effort into making things for markets, and I was able to put all my time towards that. And last year seemed to be a really good time to start with markets, because I did really well for the location that I'm at anyway, in central Newfoundland. It's not a huge area, so I attended 4 markets, and I'm just reading off my sheet over here, and I sold roughly about 146 items. I made 8 goats last year, and I ended up selling all but one of them, which I still have. So that was really cool to see, and that was one of my bigger priced items as well. So no one haggled me over prices for the goats. No one really haggled me for prices over anything at the markets, really. I did get a couple of negative comments. My prices were too high, or I can make that kind of thing. But that's to be expected anyway. So, but overall, I did have like a few items stolen as well. I think the first one, I had 2 bees and an egg keychain that went missing, and then I had something else go missing at one of the other events. But little learned, the first one, we didn't quite pay as much of attention to everything as we should have, and then after that first one, after I realized that we lost a few things, we were keeping an eye on the table a little bit more, watching where people were putting things and things like that. So it got better after the first event. I did notice that throughout the events, the first one in Eastport went super good. It was super good. And then the one here, or in Cobb's Pond, that one went really well as well. Didn't make as much as I did in Eastport. Then the one here in town, I didn't make much of anything. And then the last one in Glovertown, which I thought was going to be really, really, really good, kind of wasn't up to my expectations. I did do well, but I thought there was going to be a lot more people there than there was. And it was like advertised really well. But that's just a recap on the markets anyway for 2023. And I'm already signed up for Geek Fest in May in Gander, Newfoundland. So if you're local and you're wanting to attend that as a vendor, or even if you want to go and check out who's vending and check out the events that's happening May 4th and 5th of this year. And you can follow them on Instagram. They have a Geek Fest Instagram page, and they're on Facebook as well. So if you want to go and keep tabs on that, you can. They're not really advertising that much at the moment, but the applications for vendors went out just yesterday, and I filled it out and paid for my table and everything already, and the extra pass that I needed. So that's all done, taken care of. No excuses not to go. So a couple of other things that happened in 2023 that I want to well, not a couple, it's one really. It's the amount of growth that I've had here on YouTube and the support from people commenting on my my projects that I'm working on, saying that I'm doing really good, and they like the colors and they like how things are turning out. It's really appreciated. And like I said, I've gained 258 subscribers since October, and that's crazy for me. It might not seem like a lot from other people, but for me it's quite a bit, because it took me, I started YouTube in 2014, started taking it seriously in 2019, 2020-ish, and it's taken me this long to get up to the 2,244 subscribers. I don't know what I have right now while I'm recording this, but I mean, that's crazy. I started posting my crochet content, and it just went up from there. I have some new things I want to show you before I call this video done, because I don't want it to be all of me just talking. But I do want to share with you some goals that I have set for myself for 2024. I don't usually do this because whenever I make plans, they get screwed up. But I do have some goals in mind for 2024, and they're not really unrealistic. They're just little things that I can tick off as I'm going. But I want to be more active on social media and post more, even on my Facebook page, because I've noticed there has been some traction over on Facebook, and I want to keep better. I want to be more active on there, and I want to show myself more. I know I show a lot of, hey, look, I finished this, or hey, look, I'm working on this, but I actually want to show myself more. Maybe try to do some little lives here and there, working on some projects or something like that. But I want to get me out there more, so you guys can get to know me and not just look at what I'm working on, look at what I'm selling. This is me, get to know me, you know, that kind of thing. So I want that's one of my goals. I want to release at least 4 patterns. I do have my angry duck and a pig that I'm working on so far that I want to get released. I don't know when that's going to be. Hopefully it'll be soon. I need to, my mind is really all over the place at the moment, and I'm trying to get myself organized. So I'll get to that when I get to it, but I want to get at least 4 patterns released this year, and I want to update Etsy at least every 3 months if I can with something. It may not be a big drop, it may not be more than a few stickers or something like that, but I do want to get more items on Etsy, because the more items you have on Etsy, the more chances you have at getting seen. So that's kind of what I want to do. I want to open a Shopify store, and my goal is to do it by June. I don't know if it's going to work. And even if it's not June, even if it's later in the year, that's fine. I just want to get a Shopify store up at some point in time this year, so I can have more of my own platform to drive people to, and I can make it my own, and I don't have to worry so much about Etsy and their fees and all that. I know I have to pay for Shopify, but I think there's a lot of more benefits with Shopify than there are with Etsy at this point in time. I do have to do some more research. I'll get to that at a later date. I want to have a better setup for my markets. I want to get a Square Reader to be able to take debit payments and credit payments, because e-transfers are a pain in the ass, and not everyone has cash, although cash is preferred over the, you know, the credit and debit transactions, because I have to pay fees for that. So if someone comes to the market and they have cash, it is much appreciated if you could pay with cash. And I'm sure a lot of other people kind of feel the same way as well. I want to do more art for myself and not feel guilty about not always making something to sell. Because I feel like whenever I sit down to do something, what am I doing with my hands? I feel like whenever I sit down to do something, it's always, can I sell this? Can I make this? Will someone like it? Will they buy it? I want to do stuff for me. And I actually bought something for myself to do for myself, which I'm going to show you in a second. And I'm already thinking about what can I make to sell. I don't know why I do this to myself. Okay, so I know it's like most of this video has been me just chit-chatting about, you know, recapping 2023, what happened, where I've been, and whatever. I'm going to get into the fun stuff now, I think, 20 minutes in, and show you what I've made crocheting in the past 3 weeks. it's not much, but a couple of these items did take me a little bit longer because I wasn't feeling well when I was making them. I do believe I showed this already, this little spider. This one I finished up before I got sick. So I think I might have showed this on the last video, but there it is. We'll put this one over here. Got something here to talk about after. We have, if you follow me over on Threads or Instagram, you might have already seen these, but for those of you who don't follow me over there, or you're just stumbling across this now, I also made this little guy. He's not actually that little, he's quite big. He does come out of the carrot bottom here, has a little bunny tail in the back. I'm not thrilled about how the back of the bunny looks, because you would think that there would be a hole in the carrot bottom and the tail would be attached to the bunny, but it's not. It was a fairly easy pattern to make, and I would make it again. It's just I would do a few things a little bit differently, and I don't like how you can see all of the lines in the bottom. And the same thing looks like it in the hat as well. I'm not going to take the hat off though, the top of the carrot, because it's really hard to get the ears out. But that's what he looks like. So I made this little carrot guy. He's going to be available. It, she, I don't know what to, I say he a lot when I make things, but you know, it can be whatever you want it to be. This one's going to be available at Geek Fest. I'm going to take this one with me. So I'm going to put this one over here. And then I have Mr. B with this smug look. There are a couple of things that are wrong with this little guy, but it's not to the point where it doesn't make him look the way he should. I just had a bit of issues with the eyelids not coming down enough, with how the eyelids were made and how they were sewed on. I think I'll do it differently compared to the pattern next time, because I don't like how it was suggested to do, and I couldn't get the eyes. It could be because of the yarn I'm using, I'm not sure. Sorry, I keep looking at what I'm holding just to make sure you guys can actually see it. But yeah, that's that little dude. He's quite bigger than some of the other bees that I've made, but this guy is going to be coming with me to Geek Fest as well. So market prep has started for that. But yeah, he's cute. These are from this one here and the carrot. I'll just let you know instead of putting the link below. It's a query wool over on Etsy. If that's wrong, I will link it down below, but I'm pretty sure I got it right. But you can check her out. She has a lot of cute cartoony patterns like this. These don't work up fast, not for me. I had to do the body of this bee like 4 times in order to get it to work right. Yeah, so that's that. So he'll be coming with me. So that's it. That's all I made. 3 things. I got some baskets on the back of me over here. They have 3-4 spiders in it that need to be finished. Over here on my desk, over here, I've got a commission started that is needed by the 2nd of February, but I'll have it done by next week. I was going to do it today, but it's already 12:30 and I still have to edit this. So it may not get done today, but something that I picked up for myself. This is a Christmas gift actually from my parents. They had given me some money for Christmas, and instead of giving me a gift because they never know what to pick up for me, so I spent it on monk's cloth. And I also got some punch needles. So before all of this came in the mail, I went to Gander, and I went to the dollar store and I picked up a little frames. These came with pre-printed stuff, but it was crap. It was like on Ada cloth for like embroidery, and that wasn't any good for punch needle. And I also picked up the wooden frame from the dollar store. And while I was waiting for the monk's cloth to come, I picked up some cotton. Don't buy cotton. Not this kind of cotton anyway. This is for like making quilts and stuff. I wanted something just to play with, to just mess around with until my monk's cloth got here, and the big needle. So I did pick up some DMC floss, and this is like the little box of stuff that I have here. So I picked up some DMC floss at the dollar store, along with the punch needle from the dollar store that is way too small to use with acrylic wool. So I got all these different colors, and I started punching on the cotton cloth. And while it wasn't it wasn't painful by any means, it wasn't turning out the way that it should have. But I have this one still to make something on. Anyway, I'm getting away from my thoughts here. I also picked up a little tiny canvas, and I ripped the canvas off so I could use the frame. I only got a small one until I figure out how big of something I might need to be able to make some things. So that's where I am with that. And I have been working on it. I was going to do a video where it's like, hey, this is my first time. I'm losing my voice again. Like, hey, this is my first time doing needle punch, but I couldn't wait. And I sat down over the past couple of days and I needle punched, or punch needled, or whatever it is that you want to call it. And I made a couple of things. They aren't great. They aren't bad either. This one here isn't finished. They're already cut out. I glued them and everything. So I made myself a little evil eye coaster. I did cut most of the loops. This one here is not finished. But I did, instead of leaving it all like loopy, I snipped out all the loops and I fluffed it up because it's acrylic and it looked odd. Like, I know a lot of people use cotton for this stuff, but I don't have access to cotton like that. So if I'm going to be making these, it's acrylic it's going to be until I can figure out a way to get something different. But this one here, I put the felt and everything on the back. I'm working with what I have at the moment. When I sell them, when I get it down and I'm ready to start selling this stuff, I'm gonna have white on the back most likely, or a lighter color. And I need to learn how to, you know, cut things and make things look better. But that was the first one that I did, and I also realized that I punched too much together. So that's kind of a learning curve, I guess. And then I made this one. So this is the second one that I did, and again, I cut all the loops on this, so it looks really nice and fuzzy. My only concern with this one is that, like, I even did the back nicer. My only concern with this one is that when I cut all the loops, and you have to like shave off all the fibers from what you're cutting, the red's gotten into the white, and now my white looks pink. So I need to figure out a way, like, I can still scrape off, like, when you're doing this, there's like a lot of fiber that fill up and you can just pull it off. So I need to figure out a way to combat that, but I really do like the way this looks, and if I can get these working in a way that I like them and they don't look messy, I'm gonna have some coasters, car coasters, maybe some keychains made with this stuff as well to be taken to my markets in 2024. Listen to my voice, it's going again. Good Lord, I can't catch a break. But that's what I'm kind of doing with that. I do have Patreon stickers for the month of December that I need to finish and send out. But on the last note, going out of this video, I'm going to call the video done. Shared what I can share. I am currently walking away from Patreon. So I have paused Patreon. I was on there for 4 years, and in the process, I've managed to gain at a total of 6 patrons while I've been over there. And usually I only have 2 around every month, and I can't justify making things just for 2 people and spending all this time posting over there. And what I think I need to do is to pause Patreon, walk away for a bit, gain that following that I should have had before I even tried to open up Patreon in 2020, and work on getting some followers, and then maybe later in the year or whenever, maybe never, I don't know, I'll reopen Patreon and do it again. But the people who were signed up for the month of December will still get their items, of course, sent out by the middle of this month. And yeah, so that's the end of Patreon. So I'm kind of leaving this video on kind of a sour note, but it was a long time coming, I think. It's been months now where I haven't been enjoying sitting down creating stickers. I haven't been enjoying like posting on Patreon. It's been seeming like a chore. I haven't wanted to do it. And I'm sure that if you've been around for a while and you're over on Patreon, you could tell that I was kind of getting bored with it, because I was never on there. And it's not fair for me to do that when people are paying for content. So I'm going to keep it on YouTube for now and work on this stuff, show you guys my process of how I'm going to do things for 2024. I'll keep you posted on everything in my life that might be pertinent to creating what I'm creating here in my studio, and markets and things like that. And hopefully you guys stick around for the year or longer. That would be great. Stick around and show some support. And I hope that along the way that things that I'm making in my videos, or maybe if I'm giving advice or criticism, maybe it helps someone along the way. And that's kind of what I'm here for, to share my journey with you guys and, you know, meet some like-minded people along the way and hopefully help someone along the way. So what more can you ask for? But I hope 2024 is going to be better than 2023. And I hope that things continue to grow, get better. Be financially stable would be great, and just I'm just hoping for an overall good 2024 for myself, my family, for you guys, for anyone listening. And thanks so much for following me up to this point, and I hope you continue to stick around. But I've been chatting for 30 minutes and I'm sure you're tired of listening to me, so we're gonna call the video done. And next week, when I come back, hopefully I have some more fun things to show you guys. And if I do any punch needle throughout the week, I'll be sure to show you guys what I'm making. And yeah, so let's see what 2024 has to bring. Hopefully nothing bad. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.